Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Life with Star. Today I want to do a story time of the time he cheated and I almost died. So yeah, I tried to do the messy bun look, but it really wasn't working out. So I was like, whatever, let's continue with the video. And this top is from Fashion Nova. I got it a while back. I don't remember the price or the name of the top. So yeah. So I want to tell you guys the story time of when he cheated and I almost died. So I was with this guy. This was like 6 years ago now. It's old news. I was with this guy and we were in a serious relationship. We had our own apartment and everything. I remember one day I had to go to work and he didn't have a phone and I had 2 phones. I don't remember why I had, because I bought a brand new phone and I still had some service left on the old phone. It was only going to continue on for about a month. It was only going to stay on for about a month. So that day I left in my phone and I was working. And when I came back home from work, he was like upset. He was upset that I was home. And in my head, I'm not stupid. I'm like, all right, this guy was up to something. He was cheating or something. So I acted normal. I acted like I didn't notice the fact that he was upset. And I grabbed the phone, my phone, that I let him borrow. And I went through the pictures and there was screenshots of a Facebook. Remember, this guy told me he doesn't have a Facebook. After I was with him for 6 years, and this was about the 3rd year of us being together, he told me he didn't have a Facebook. He lied. So I took my phone, the one I let him borrow, and I had a gut feeling. As soon as I went in the house, I knew something was wrong because he got mad at the fact that I came back home from work. So he even went outside to take a breather and everything. That's how upset he was. So I decided to look at the pictures, and he took screenshots of his. Remember, I don't have a Facebook, but he took screenshots of his Facebook's newsfeed. And I'm looking at the pictures and I'm like, those are none of my friends. I don't have any of those people. So in my mind, click. This guy has a Facebook and he was on Facebook while I was at work talking to other girls. Now, you know us girls, we do our FBI work. So I went on the Facebook app and his dumb, left the username on. So it still had the username. You just needed to put a password. And like I had the username, I was able to get the password. Yeah. I should have been an FBI agent. Anyway, I went through this guy's new Facebook and I found out he was talking to so many girls, even girls out the country. Like, why will you talk and conversate with girls that you're never gonna see? That you're never gonna meet in person. But anyway, I was so upset. I remember I hit him. I'm not gonna lie, I hit him. I was so upset. I ran out the door. I ran with his phone so I can keep. He was trying to take the phone away from me. I ran out the house with the phone in my hand, and I went somewhere where he couldn't find me, and I started investigating. I'm sorry, that's my son. I started investigating, and I found out a lot of stuff. He's been texting other girls. He's been liking other girls' pictures. His Facebook name was another name that wasn't his. He was a complete fraud. He's a liar. So I was so upset, I started running back to my house. And he knew I was gonna hit him. So he shut the door on me. When he shut the door on me, I punched the door so hard. I forgot it was a glass door, so it cut me. It cut me really bad. I lost so much blood because I panicked and I waited so long to go to the hospital. I was dizzy by the time I got to the hospital. I was dizzy because of the blood loss. So the doctor stitched me up. He put like one of those little bandana things, but he never gave me one of those arm holders, and he never told me to keep my arm elevated. I had to keep my arm elevated so that the blood flow could flow through my body, because I had cut one of the major tendons. You see? My pinky is numb due to this cut because I cut one of my tendons. So ladies, please don't be stupid. Don't hurt yourself over no guy. So I remember that night I left the hospital and I asked one of my homegirls, because I didn't want to go back home. I was so upset and I know he didn't have no place to stay. So I called one of my homegirls and I'm like, hey, can I stay with you? She's like, yeah, sure. I stayed the night. The next morning I woke up, I was hungry. I decided to go to the store around the corner, and I did. I was waiting in line. There was one person in front of me ordering his food, and I was waiting for him. And out of nowhere, as I'm waiting, I start to feel really dizzy, really lightheaded. It was really lightheaded, I remember. And then I looked down. Oh. It has to be even. So I looked down at my hands and they're purple. My hands were purple. My arms starting to get purple. Like I couldn't see myself because I'm not in front of the mirror, so I don't know how I look. And I asked my friend, hey, do you think this is normal? Look at my hands. They're very purple. And she was like, I don't know, maybe because, of the cut. Remind you, the doctor never told me to keep my arm elevated. So I didn't know I had to keep my arm elevated so that my blood flow could flow into my brain. So the whole time I'm chilling with I'm not chilling because I'm in a lot of pain. My hand became into a huge bubble. And I'm stressed because I found out I was being cheated on. So it got to the point where I was so lightheaded, I told my friend, hey, I'm going to walk out the store. I was panicking. I'm going to walk out the store. I'm going to pass out. So I ran out the store and my friend ran out with me. As soon as I walked out the store, the last thing I told my friend was, I'm going to pass out. My friend was like, oh my God, you're purple. You're turning blue. And then I passed out. Everybody from the store started coming out. Everybody from the block started coming to see what was going on, the commotion. And I remember I was going into a black space. I couldn't hear anything. It was like, when you're in a baseball stadium, all you hear is the commotion, but you really don't hear what people are saying. So that's the only thing I heard was like the commotion around me. And my mind, everything was going in blank, black. All I seen was black. And I'm not gonna lie, I swear to God, on everything I love, it was like a black tunnel. And at the end of the tunnel, there was a light. And I remember, I'm thinking I'm gonna die. And I remember praying, God, please don't let me die today. God, please don't let me die today, please. And out of nowhere, somebody shoved I was in the floor and somebody shoved a water bottle down my throat. I couldn't even drink it, but they shoved it down my throat, and I was like trying to take sips. And I was slowly coming back to life. I think it was because of the water or because of my prayer. But anyway, the ambulance came. I was blue, no oxygen in my body. I was getting ready to die. I could have been dead. And they put oxygen in the ambulance, and I started to slowly come back to life, slowly. And then when I finally got to the hospital and I finally woke up, the nurse told me, "You died for a little bit. You're lucky that you're alive. Anyway, you can go home," because I'm from the hood, and you get bad service at anywhere. Hospitals, anywhere. You can go home now. So anyway, it took me a while so I can start thinking again, talking, responding. It took me a while. I remember I wasn't feeling good after I left the hospital for about 2 hours. I wasn't feeling like myself. I was lost. So I remember when the nurse told me that the reason why I almost died was because of the cut in my hand. The cut. She said that I didn't keep my arm elevated, so there was no oxygen flowing through my brain. Now, remind you, when I went to the hospital the first time, the doctor never told me I had to keep my arm elevated. This is the first time something like this ever happened to me. How was I supposed to know that I was supposed to keep my arm elevated so that my blood could flow? Because I had cut a major tendon. And to this day, my hand will never be the same. This is numb. All this. Anyway, yeah. So that's my story time of when he cheated and I almost died. Alright? I almost died over a cut. So ladies, if a guy cheat on you, does you dirty, don't hurt yourself over it. In the moment, I didn't think the door was gonna break, and I didn't think I was gonna get cut. I reacted out of impulsiveness. And the fact that the first doctor never told me to keep my arm elevated, that wasn't right either, because I could have been dead. Matter of fact, at the second time I was in the hospital, the nurse told me that I died for a couple seconds, and then I came back to life. So yeah, don't hurt yourself over no guys, ladies. Like I said, I have a lot of story times. I've been through a lot, and it's just not worth it, especially men. There's a lot of men out there in the world that are willing to treat you right. I was a beautiful young lady. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not beautiful now, but back, when you're younger, you're beautiful. And, I had a lot going for myself. And, it was just sad, the fact that I almost died because of a man cheating on me, So, again, don't let these men get to your head to the point that you're about to commit suicide or hurt yourself. You'll end up in regret. Because then you realize that nobody's worth your life. Nobody's worth your happiness. Nobody's worth bringing you down and for you to have a low self-esteem because of that person. Nobody. So yeah, that's my story time of the time he cheated and I almost died. Was it worth it? Absolutely not. Did it happen? Yes. Was it a mistake? Of course. But back then, I was younger, I was naive, and I had a lot of anger, I had a lot of anger because growing up, my childhood, and I've always acted out of impulsiveness. Like, I've always been that way, and that's something that I've slowed down a lot, especially since I had my son. I think twice before, not twice, I think 10 times before I do anything stupid. So, yeah, guys, I hope you guys liked it. That's the story time of when I almost died. I look back and I'm like, damn, I was so stupid. I was so stupid. Over a man. Never again. Never again. And you ladies, don't ever let that happen to you. Never. And another thing, if you cut your hand, please keep your arm elevated. You don't want to die. You need oxygen. The oxygen needs to flow to your brain. So, yeah. Look, I don't know if you guys can see it because I'm recording off my iPhone. Very low quality. I wish I had a camera, but I'm broke. So, yeah. That's the story time of, when he cheated and I almost died. I know it's a little bit silly, but it's serious, and it's awareness. I feel like people should know this kind of thing, and yeah, it's messed up how you can be so good to somebody. I used to give that man the world. If he used to tell me to jump, I'll jump and I'll flip. And he still cheated. And Lord knows how long he was doing this behind my back before I ever found out, So yeah, that's the story time for today. I want to do what would I call it? I want to do my secret to my skin routine. There you go. What I use on my skin, because I gave birth and I don't have any stretch marks. I don't have no stretch marks in my booty. I don't have no stretch marks in my inner thigh. It could be jeans, but I have a feeling that it's this little secret potion mix that I do, and I would like to do a video on that next. So yeah, I hope you guys like my video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and yeah. Look, y'all, it's snowing outside. It's a snowstorm. Yeah. But anyways, I wanted to tell you guys, I'm sorry about the quality of my videos. I do not have a ring light. I do not have any special cameras. I just do it off my iPhone. I wish I had those things, but I don't. I hate when I do my eyebrows. I waxed my eyebrows 2 days ago, and it always get red for a little bit here. But yeah, guys, I'm sorry for the quality of my videos. Hopefully my videos will get better within time. Thank you. Bye.